Hello, students. Welcome to Miss Flores' virtual classroom. Today is Wednesday, November 18th, and we are doing science today. And if you have been watching our science videos, you know that we have been talking about water, fresh water, salt water. We've been talking about the different bodies of water, and I'm so excited. We're going down to the end of our unit, and we're going to be doing a concept review game together today. And I'm so excited for us to play this game. All right, so we have... Our first question is, what are the bodies of water circled on the map? And now there's not going to be an assignment today, but I want you to help me answer these questions in this concept review game, right? So I'm going to look at the picture a little closely, and it's showing me these circles around these bodies of water. And the bodies of water are surrounded by land. Do you remember what body of water is surrounded by land? Let's check our answers. Is it the ocean, rivers, glaciers, or a lake? What body of water is surrounded by land? That's right, it's a lake. All right, now we're looking at A and B, right? So we're comparing two different lists. In list A, we have streams and ponds. In list B, we have just oceans. Interesting. What should be the title of column A? Let's look at our choices. We have fresh water sources, saltwater sources, water sources, or water types. Man, this is kind of hard. Let me go ahead and use a 50-50. So it's freshwater sources or water types. Did we ever learn water types in our unit? No way, Jose. So I think it has to be freshwater sources. And I'm remembering streams and ponds. Where do streams go to? They go to ponds or lakes. And what kind of water are in streams and ponds? Fresh water. Great job. All right, let's go ahead and look. What water source could replace the question mark in the diagram, right? So we have fresh water, we have rivers and streams, and then we have salt water on the other side with oceans. And in the middle, we have both. This is a Venn diagram, so it's going to compare the differences, where on each different side, and the similarities, which is what overlaps, right? So what overlaps? What has salt water and fresh water? Let's look at my choices. Rivers, marshes, rain, and glaciers. Now, I know that glaciers and rain are always freshwater, right? But I also know that some marshes are freshwater and some marshes are saltwater. Let me go ahead and use my 50-50 to check. Whoa, my guess was right. Let me go ahead and check off marshes. What is not a natural source of water? What's not a natural source of water? Right? So you're going to have to think, which one are man-made, which ones do humans make, and which ones are already there in nature. So our choices are rivers, oceans, lakes, and pools. So, do I think it's going to be rivers or oceans? I don't think so, right? Because rivers flow into oceans, and our Earth is already like 85% ocean. So I think it's going to be a pool because we make pools, right? Pools are usually part of like buildings that are already there and neighborhoods full of houses that are man-made. So I think it is a pool. River Rio. Fresh water that flows towards the ocean, a small fresh water river, most of the earth on the water, salt water, or a large body of fresh water surrounded by land. Now, some of these words I recognize right away. We've already been talking about this vocabulary. A large body of fresh water surrounded by land. That's a lake. I already knew that. So I know that's not my answer. Most of the water on Earth and it's salt water. What could that be? Most of the water on Earth is salt water, and most of the Earth is covered in oceans. So I know these two aren't my answers, right? Now, a fresh water that flows towards the ocean or a small fresh water river. Let me go ahead and use my 50-50. Oh, it has to be fresh water that flows towards the ocean because I know that this is describing the ocean. What's a stream? Is it fresh water that flows towards the ocean, a large body of fresh water surrounded by land, a small freshwater river, or most of the water on Earth is salt water? And I've already talked about the definition of these. I know most of this water on Earth is the oceans. I know a large body of fresh water surrounded by land is a lake. And I know from my last question that this is a river. But what's smaller than a river? A stream. So it must be a small freshwater stream, a river. All right, what other water source could be placed in column B? And I'm looking at my column, so on the first one I have streams and ponds, and my second one I have oceans, right? And I know that streams and ponds are usually fresh water. What kind of water are in oceans? That's right, salt water. So I think I might be looking for something that has salt water. Does rain have salt water? No, it doesn't. Does rivers have salt water? Well, they might flow into salt water, but they're not salt water either. Are glaciers full of salt water? No, that's not right either, so they must be marshes. A large body of fresh water surrounded by land. What's this answer? We've been talking about this word for the last 3 questions. Is it a stream? No. Is it a river? No. Is it the ocean or the sea? No, it's a lake. Just like in our first question, we saw that big old map of bunches of bodies of water surrounded by land, and we know that those are lakes. All right, now our very last question, most of the water on Earth is salt water, and what body of water is this talking about? That's right, it's an ocean. Let's go ahead and check our answers. Oh no, we missed one question. We did our very best. Thank you so much for joining me in my science lesson today, students. Have a great weekend. Not a great weekend. Sorry about that. Today's Wednesday. Have a great Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow for Thursday for our social studies lesson. Have a great day.